Hey guys, Ryan Lebron here. Just wanted to come to y'all this morning to talk to you a little bit about what it takes to make money out here on the road as a truck driver. Now, to start out with, let me just go ahead and say this. Guys, it really doesn't matter what company you drive for. Now, I drive for Crete Carrier, but you don't have to. There's lots of other companies out there to choose from. Maybe you choose to drive for Werner. Maybe you choose Knight Transportation, Swift, Snyder. Maybe you're an owner-operator with your own authority, and you're hauling live load, live unload everywhere you go because you have your own truck, you have your own trailer, you're under your own authority, you broker your own loads. Now, let me just cut in right here and say that for those of you that have your own authority and you broker your own loads, this video may not really be for you. This video is more so for the people who do not broker their own loads, but more so go where the company tells them to go. Now, not necessarily just company drivers. There's owner-operators who drive for companies like, you know, if you're an owner-operator and you drive for Crete, or you're an owner-operator and you drive for another company. Well, you go basically where they tell you to go, so you're not brokering your own loads. This video is probably more so for the driver who does not broker his own load. Now, let's move on. Guys, there's probably maybe about 5 things that actually need to be in place for you to make some decent money out here on the road, regardless of what company you drive for. As long as you're not the one brokering your own loads, you're going what the company tells you to go. So let me just go ahead and get started. The 3 things right off the top, not necessarily in this order, but 3 things right off the top have to be in place. Number 1, you actually have to have a dispatcher that's worth their salt. And let's face it, most dispatchers think they're good, but not so much. All right? Number 2, you have to have dependable equipment. It doesn't matter how good your dispatcher is or how hard you're willing to work. If the truck is always in the shop, you're not getting miles. Plain and simple. Number 3, the driver, people like me, you have to be willing to work. You have to be willing to hustle. You have to be willing to pay attention. You have to be willing to work with your dispatcher, not against your dispatcher. And let's face it, most of us think we are willing to work. Most of us think we are. You notice how I said that? I'm putting me in that batch too. Because there was a time when I first started driving, I wanted everything to be easy and I wanted everything to be my way. So, as long as you got a good dispatcher, good dependable equipment, and you, the driver, are willing to work, you've only got 2 other things that you got to look at. Number 1, I'm going to go ahead and turn this phone around and show you a little bit of what I'm doing, and we're going to go through this. Let me turn the camera around. Write your hours down. You can see up here in the top corner, I started on July 18th, my first day back from being gone for 10 months. Write your hours down. Write them down. Keep track of your hours. Keep track of how many hours you run. See, like that with the 7.08, that's 7 hours 8 minutes. The next one, July 28th, that's 9 hours and 14 minutes. All right? Write your hours down. Keep track of what you're doing. And the reason you want to write your hours down is because running recap hours. I'm telling you guys, if you're out here over the road, you're not going to make any money unless you're running recap hours. Now, you can run your 70 out and take a reset if you want and then get back started again. But the real money is in your recap hours. Now, give you a great example of what I'm talking about. Today is August 18th. We are in the morning of August 18th. All right? Yesterday was August 17th. All right? Now, being that we're in August 18th, which would be right here, is a blank spot because I haven't done anything yet today except working on this video. You have to count down 8 days for your recap. So 8 days. I haven't done anything today, so we're going to count backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So according to the 8th day recap, I would have 6 hours and 51 minutes to work with today. Do you see how I did that? Now, let me show you something real quick. Where are you at? Where are you at? Just came up yesterday. Where are you at? Give me a moment. I'm looking for something in the computer. Here we go. This is the message I got yesterday, August 17th, 2023. You see that? The message came in August 27th. It says, talking about me, that's my driver code, LEVRY, that's my driver code with Crete Carrier. Our records show that you will be gaining back 6 hours and 15 minutes, 8 hours and 52 minutes on August 18th. All right? Y'all saw that while I read it to you? Check this out. And this is the beauty of recap hours right here. Because of the way I run recaps, look at that. I got a full driving day ahead of me. I got a full day. It said I got 6 hours coming back to work, 6 hours and 52 minutes coming back. But if you work your recaps and you push that clock every day and you run your recaps, look at that. Between 8 hours of available drive time right there, right up front, and I got my 11, I got my 14. I don't have the 70, but between the 11 and the 14 and this right here, I can still get a full 500 miles today. So let me turn the camera back around. Use recap hours, guys. Some of you may like to run your 70 out, sit down and take a 34-hour reset, but let's face it, I run as hard as I can each and every day up until about that last 45 minutes to an hour, and then I'll shut it down. And that's how these recap hours look the way they look. I run the loads the best I can. Each day is a little bit different, but I'm running as hard as I can each and every day. And as you saw, I write my hours down to keep track of what I have coming and when it's coming. And as you see, even though the system showed I had 6 hours and 52 minutes coming for today, because of the recap hours, I've got a full day that I can work today, which means I'll still be able to get a minimum of 500 miles, providing traffic holds out. And the load I'm under now is 585 miles, which means chances are if traffic holds out, I might be able to drop this load today. And then you saw the system said I got 10 hours coming back tomorrow, so I'll have another full day again tomorrow. Recap, guys. Recap hours, recap hours, recap hours. Let me tell you what's going on with this recap hours. I first got back to Crete Carrier toward the middle or end of July. I've been gone away from the road for 10 months working a local deal. And I got back to Crete just this past month, July 16th or July 17th, something like that. I don't remember what exactly. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, it's been a full month. Today is August 18th. I have not had one day off yet. I've been running recaps every single day. My first week back with Crete, I made just a little over 1,100 miles. My second week, just a little under 2,500 miles on recap hours. Third week, a little over 2,500 miles, recap hours. My fourth week, I pushed right at 2,900 miles. And the next week, 2,900 miles again. It's all on recap hours, guys. All of it. So you can make money on recap hours. Now the next thing. Here's number 5. We covered the dispatcher being worth a flip. We covered the dependable equipment. We covered the driver willing to work. And we covered keeping track of your log hours so you know what you got coming. Here's number 5. And And just neither of these is any more important than the other. They all have to work together. And this is really, really big, guys. Keep your ETA and PTA as accurately updated as possible. Other words, here's an example. If you know for a fact that you're going to be at this customer by 4 p.m., what I generally do is I always add 1 hour to it and tell the dispatcher I should be at this customer by 5 p.m. And that's my ETA, estimated time of arrival. It's not saying you're going to be there by 4. It's not saying you have to be there by 4. It's saying that you estimate time. You should be there by around 4. I always add about an hour to it because I never know what's going to happen on the road. I'll be there by around 5. Now, my PTA, projected time of availability, I always add an hour to that. All right, I'll be there by around 5. I should be available for another load by around 6. Guys, you never know what's going to happen. Maybe you get to the guardhouse and you got to sit there for a little while. Maybe you get in the customer's property and they need you to wait in their staging area for a while. Maybe you get there and you have to go to the bathroom and you got to wait in line for the bathroom. Maybe you get there, you want to take a little bit of a break and take your dog for a walk. There's so many things that can happen. So keep your ETA, estimated time of arrival, and PTA, projected time of availability, as accurate as possible. Those are the 5 things that I strongly suggest you use if you want to make some serious money out here on the road. And guys, once again, I drive for Creek Carrier, but you don't have to. It doesn't matter what company you drive for, as long as you're watching for those 5 things. A dispatcher that's worth their salt, dependable equipment, a driver willing to work, keeping track of your log hours, and stay in communication with your dispatcher on your ETA and PTA. Keep watching those 5 things, guys, and I don't care what company you drive for, you will make decent money. Hope y'all enjoyed this one. Catch y'all later. One thing I failed to mention before I close that video out, as far as running your recap hours and keeping track of your hours and running the 8th day recap like I showed you, and for those of you that don't understand how that worked, the reason the system showed I had 6 hours and 52 minutes coming back, but yet as you can see I have a full day coming back, I can work a full day. The reason that works the way it works, guys, for those of you that may not understand that, is because, yes, according to the 8th day recap or the 8th day rollover, however you want to say it, I do only have 6 hours and 52 minutes coming back today. But what happens is you have the 6 hours and 52 minutes coming back from 8 days prior, plus the time that you did not use yesterday. And that's how that works. So your 8th day rollovers or your 8th day recaps, you get back what you ran, you get back what you worked 8 days prior, plus whatever you did not use the day before. Hopefully that makes a little bit more sense. Anyway, later guys, catch you in the next one.